Hello there everyone, Jojcib here, and welcome back to some more Falcon BMS. Yes, we are back with some Falcon. We of course will be flying the F-15 Strike Eagle today. A little bit of some update news, whatever you want to call it. I did a little bit of a change to the F-15 game. Now don't worry, I did not start a new campaign or anything. What I did, just like I did to get the F-18 Hornets over here on this side of the peninsula with the carrier, I used Mission Commander. I went into the save, the last F-15 save that we did, and added in a new F-15 group over here to Susan. We are now with the 90th Fighter Squadron. I added them over here to Susan. Susan's a little bit of a larger runway, so to me that makes more sense for an F-15. Because they are quite a big aircraft and they need a little bit of room to wiggle. Not to mention there is no mountains to hinder my landing approach. So there's that. Anyways, we will be doing a dead mission today on the 131st Air Defense Battalion. This battalion is defending Haijo, I forget how to say it, airfield. Now we're going to wipe out this group here, so that we can come back at a later date and bomb this airfield. Now, how are we going to wipe out this group, I hear you say? Well, since my little purgatory, which is during the recording of this, of being stuck with not being able to use any internet, I've been playing a lot of Falcon. And of course, because I've been playing a lot of Falcon, I had a boo-boo with my logbook and got myself the... I got an air medal. So, yay, I got an air medal. Plus, I now have a ridiculous amount of kills on my air to ground, and you might be wondering, so yeah. I messed up. I did eventually go back in and make a new profile, but yeah, we are I kind of boo-booed. I'm wishing I would have recorded that game that I had this on, because that would have been nice. So nice to see you guys see me get a medal, but we'll have to get something else now. But anyways, how are we going to take out this whole entire group? Well, we're going to do that with the help of some bombs that I've kind of discovered. And those bombs are the GBU-39B small diameter bombs. These little guys here. Now, the F-15 is crazy in the fact that I can carry 16 of these little buggers. Actually, I could carry more if I wanted to. At a max, I can carry 28. And you know what? I'm going to actually take 28. I'm going to replace the Jojcib, which I was going to use on this mission. I guess I can talk about the Jojcib a little bit here as well. But I'm going to use these GBU-39B small diameter bombs. Now, these little buggers are amazing, as I've come to find out. I did a little research on these guys. These guys are just like the Jojcibs. They're a standoff weapon. Now what that means is they are essentially a bomb with wings. Once these guys drop, little wings pop out on the back and the front, and they fly off towards their target, kind of like little cruise missiles. And of course these were made to be carried in some of the more stealthier aircraft that have a limited payload. Limited, internal payload that they can carry. Plus, it gives aircrafts like the F-15 the ability to carry more bombs than what they, than say if they carried 2,000-pound bombs. That was the main purpose of these things, was to give aircrafts the ability to carry more bombs than just one bomb. So 4 bombs instead of, 2 2,000-pound bombs. They can carry a rack of 4. I've been using these on the F-16 and they worked great with that aircraft. You can carry up to 8 of those with the F-16, if I'm remembering correctly, and they're great. They're awesome little bombs because you can launch them 40 nautical miles outside of a range. So as you can see here, we have a range set up 40 nautical miles from our target, which is this guy here, who's not going to be the only target because of the fact that we're going to be carrying 36 of those bombs. I'm actually going to set up some steer points on this AA group here and these SA4s, and we're going to pound those guys to smithereens. Literally, we're going to destroy this entire group. Now, I was going to use the Jojcibs, but because I just noticed that I can carry more small diameter bombs, I'm going to use those instead. But the JSOWs essentially are a large version of these small diameter bombs. They work the same way. They've got a bit of a shorter range. But the cool thing about the JSOWs is, especially this A variant, the 154A, is that they are a cluster munition. So they drop actually little bomblets like a cluster bomb, and they can bomb an area. But we're going to use these guys. I've got now 28 small diameter bombs, so I've got to select out 28 targets. There's 16 targets here. I can actually wipe out the entire group. Hee. As you can see, I already had a lot of this stuff set up, but I'm going to go back in and reset it up so that I could, since I didn't realize I could carry 28. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to stop, I'm going to cut the video there, and I will see you all on the runway. So, stay tuned. And welcome back. And we're all set and ready to go. The only thing left to do is once we get into the air, switch to air to ground and power on our GBU-39s so that they can do their little thing once we get up in the air. Now, of course, we will be flying. These little buggers like to be launched at a high altitude, so we get up to about 30,000 feet before we start our run in on the target. And in fact, let me go ahead and switch targets here. Now, I'm going to start off with the SA4 group over on the side. That would be a few of the bombs, and then the rest are going to go for the SA2 and the AAA. The only reason we go for the SA4 is first is just because of the close proximity to us that we'll have once we get off in the air. As you'll see here, they're going to be the first one, we'll be flying towards them to start off with before we start flying off towards the SA2. So it'd be nice to knock those guys out before we get into range of the SA5. So let's see here, 87 is what I wrote down. So 87 is our guys.
Banshee 2-1, Hey Me Tower, you are clear
Up, and there we go, we got our clearance. 20 right. So let's go ahead and start rolling. Nose wheel steering is on. Yes, it is. So we'll take off, we'll head up to 30,000 feet. And then we'll start our little bit of attack profile rolling on top of the SA4. And hopefully we'll have those bombs off on the target before anything bad happens. That's all I have to say. Now I'm going to hit a button here. So you might hear a click. And the reason I did that is hopefully, if all goes well, I just started up the in-game recorder, the ACMI, and that is a little recorder you can use in-game to record what's going on. And if everything goes to plan, hopefully, once we're launching these missiles, you'll see a little image in the bottom right of the corner pop up of the attack view, little box from the attack view window. Hopefully, depends. I got to figure out how to get that recorded. So that might not happen. We might just, you might just see the bombs launch and then we'll go back home. All I have to say is these little SBDs or these SDBs are it's cheating essentially. It's like cheating. You launch these things outside of the SA5 range, and they fall right down on top of their bomb from a distance, and the things don't even know what hit them. And with the ability to carry so many of them, like I'm doing now, I'll be able to wipe out essentially that entire SA4 and SA2 group, hopefully. Of course, there is limits on some aircraft with the F-16. You can only carry about 8 of them, 2 on each wing. So you can only hit out 8 targets, but we've got 28, so I can destroy 28 targets. Now, of course, even though I say they feel like cheating, they aren't cheating because they are a INS guided or GPS guided bomb, so they don't work on moving targets. That is where laser guided bombs come in. So if we ever have to attack any kind of armor columns, we're going to be back to the old fashioned laser guided bombs. But these little buggers, this is what allowed me to rack up so many air to ground kills when I was accidentally flying this profile. I have that other profile now for that purpose of test flying and
Fury 1-1 inbound for landing.
Yeah.
Good morning.
test flying and getting myself all set up.
Runway 20 left.
Making sure I don't forget anything. Practice, 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 practice. It's always about practice. And I definitely don't want to put you guys through me practicing everything.
Shark 1-1, ready for departure.
I'm just waiting for clearance right now. It should be coming in any minute because we take off at 7:39, sorry.
Fury 1-1, descend to 4,000, maintain 250
I think I see Fury up there.
Heading 120, runway 20 left.
So there's a dot right here. Probably hard to see in the video, but there's a dot right here in this area. Right on top of the crosshair there. Tower ready taxi. Tower request taxi. Tower request taxi.
Banshee
There we go.
2-1, Hayme Tower, you are cleared for takeoff, runway 20
Cleared
right.
for takeoff. Since we're a little bit delayed here by the tower, I'm going to do a bit of a running takeoff. So that's going to involve us turning onto the runway here, like so. Keep rolling. Tone nose wheel steering off. Throttle up. And afterburner.
1-2, orbit for spacing, 5,000. Fury 1-2, maintain
Go ahead and do that.
300 knots.
And rotate. Come on. Come on. Come on, Eagle.
Banshee 2-1, Hayme Tower, resume on navigation.
There we go. And up we go. Up, up, and away. We are off on our adventure to go bomb us some targets. Alright. So, as always, I will cut the video here. And I'll see you all when we get ready to bounce on some of these targets. When we start launching on these targets. So until then, stay tuned. And welcome back. As you can see, the indexer, the carrot, is getting closer and closer to the indexer. Once it gets in there, we'll be able to launch these GPUs. They are all ready and aligned, so it's ready to get to go. So here we can see the SA4 group kind of clumped up here. Using the FCR with the beam sharpen. Level 2, which is the closest we can get. You can see them all clumped up there. So zoom in again. You can see them, they're all right there. We got everybody locked up. We're here up at 31,000 feet, and we're getting closer and closer to the launch queue. And there's our launch queue. We can start launching right away, but I'm going to wait a couple seconds until it drops just a tad bit more. Now, of course, we're up at 31.9, so essentially we're at 32,000 feet, and my engines are having a bit of trouble keeping me going at a quite consistent speed. Alright, so we are set at a good range here, so let's start launching. 1 away, 2 away, 3 away. You can see them, they're going off there. 4 away. 5 away. 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that should be 87 through 89 is the targets. Yep, and that's all them. So we're done with that group. We don't have to do any more. They are GPS guided, so they're going to go on their way, on their merry way towards their target. And in fact, we're actually close enough to hit these SA2. This SA2 group as well, so my ruler mark was not very grand when I marked down 40 nautical miles with the steer point line here. That's what this line is for, is our 40 nautical mile line. Actually, it's a 39 nautical mile, so actually it makes sense. But of course, like before, we're going to wait a couple seconds just because you never know which ones might be closer, which ones are further out, so we need to wait until all of them are aligned, and then we'll launch on them. And then I got to remember, once we get to 24, we got to switch up to 81, because that's how the steer point target system works for some unknown reason. So we're going to wait until we're a tad bit closer, but as you can see, I'm outside of the SA2's radar range. They can't touch me, and I can touch them, which sounded very wrong. So let's go ahead and start launching. Sometimes they don't like to launch themselves. There we go. So we hit 24. You can see they're all flying off towards their target like little cruise missiles, which they aren't. Did that one launch? I don't remember. So we'll just have to remember 20 if we have to go back and launch at him again. And let's go return 24 to 81. And then 81 to 86. Alright, so we've got 3 more bombs left. So I think, because I did do a little bit of the math here, 20 did not get hit. Or did not receive his. Now, I also have some other targets here. 95. This is that, oh wait, not 95. 96. This is that, AA group over there by the boat. And that is their 2 radars. So that's it. All gone. All bombs are gone. We're getting the master caution. Need to go over the Cat 1 now. And, yeah, that's it. We're done. We're done from here. Alright, so now it's time to turn on home. And, yeah. That's it. We're done. Time to see the results on the result screen. So we go to air mode. Start our turn away. Actually, we got kind of close there to that SA4 group. But, looks like we're okay. Let's ask Sentry what the weather's like. Sentry request picture. 350-15 at 1,000. Real low. That almost sounds like helicopters.
15 miles, 1,000.
350. So if we look here, that is 15. So they're off. Yeah, they're out here somewhere, from the looks of it. So if those of y'all who did not see from the HDS, over here is where it starts to get towards the 300 marks. So that's where they're at. So they're no worry to me. Sentry declare. Let's find out who these guys are, though. Friendlies. All right. So again, not another worry. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully, if the attack view did work, if I got it working and you guys saw it down there in the right bottom right corner, which you should all see it if I did get it to work. You should see that. If I didn't, sorry, I'll try to figure out how to get that to work. But I'm going to cut the video here. If the attack view is still running, I'm going to make it larger to fill the screen, and I will see you all when we start our landing approach. So until then, stay tuned. And welcome back. Little bit of a cut here, only because I forgot you could do this. So we are following one of our small diameter bombs here. I forgot you could do a bomb cam or a weapons cam. So here we are following this small diameter bomb here, heading towards its target. So we're going to kind of watch it. We should see all kinds of targets exploding down here any minute now. We are flying home. I don't think we're going to have any run-ins with any enemy aircrafts. There are a couple friendlies nearby, so I'm not real concerned. But this would be funner to watch than me getting blown out of the sky, if that's the case. So I'm going to cut the video here again, or I'm not going to cut the video here, but I'm going to step away, and I'll join you all when we start the approach sequence. So until then, stay tuned. And welcome back. As you can see, there's the airfield right there. It's the diamond shows. So we are ready to start our landing procedure, I guess. Tower, inbound for landing.
Good morning, Banshee 2.
20 left. That would be this one here, I believe. That's 20 right. It's on the other side. So Let's go ahead and start our run on 20 left. Now I don't have to worry too much about hopefully not getting yelled at for landing, because this is a 2-runway landing field, 2-runway landing field, a 2-runway airbase, and most of the time what they usually do is this longer one here that we took off on 20 is used for takeoff, and the second runway is used for landing. That's usually how it rolls. Now, of course, I'm sure other times it will make me take off from the other runway, but for most part, I've been taking off from the skinnier, longer runway. Which sort of makes sense because, you know, when you're a heavy weight down aircraft, you're going to take off from a longer runway than you are a shorter one because, I mean, you don't need that much room to land, do you? Well, I do, but, you know. Anyways. Go ahead and slow down, get down here low. Leaving the aircraft on idle here so that we're not gaining any power. I hope you all enjoyed that little bit of explosionness. I totally forgot you could watch the weapons going, and the only reason I forget about that is because most of the time, usually when you're launching like a missile, an air-to-air missile or whatnot, you're so busy trying to dodge the other missile coming back at you, or making sure that the guy stays locked up on the radar, that you don't really pay attention to going and looking at what your missile or bomb does. Though with the GBU-39s, we can do that because of the incredible standoff distance. We could do that with the Jojcib as well if we ever use those, which we'll probably have to use on the Hornet because the Hornet doesn't actually have access to the GBU-39s. So we're low, we're slow, we're coming in fairly well, though this approach is quite far out. So we'll go ahead and pick up some speed. Line ourselves up a little bit better. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. I believe we're in a safe gear drop distance or speed. I don't actually know what the speed is. You can drop your landing gears. I want to say it's 250 is the safe speed. At least that's what I'm going off of, but I don't really actually know the tolerance. Probably more since we took off at like 280 almost. At least for this bird. I know the F-16 I think is going to have a little bit weaker one.
2-1, Amy Tower, cleared
Yep,
for landing.
gears are down.
20 left, check gear down.
Gears are down. Getting slow though. Getting slow. We need to actually pick up a little bit because the dotted line there shows. Okay, there we go. Now we're at the edge of the runway. That dotted line there that the meatball just passed is what you want to have at the end of the runway. And then, of course, you want to keep the meatball inside that indexer, which is the AOA indexer. 13 degrees is what we want. And touchdown! The landing gear, landing gears? Put the landing gears up! No, we want the air brake up. Apply some brake, some brakes, some brakes, some brakes, some brakes, some brakes, some brakes. Nose should not be down until you're at least 100. Stop, 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 stop. Oh. I need a longer runway. We need a longer runway. Well, I do. Oh, look, hey, there's a bunch of soldiers over here. What are they doing? Well, that's not a soldier. Oh, I thought those were soldiers. Nope, they're just bushes. But there is a truck over there. We definitely need a longer runway. That or we need to come in at a lot more stall speed than what we were doing there. All right. I mean, hell, even if we landed on that other runway, we probably wouldn't have made it. But it's fine. We did not run into any of the light indicators, so that's a plus. It's a plus in my book. We're down. We didn't blow off the tail like we usually do. So hey, I give that a I would say that's a successful landing. That's a successful landing. Alrighty then, I'm going to taxi my way off this runway. And we will end the mission there, and I will see you all back at the campaign screen. So until then, stay tuned. And welcome back. We have been given the air battle yet again. Sadly, you all did not get to hear the little chat there. I couldn't get the shadow play to start recording when I needed it to. So anyways, results. It should be a success. I don't know why it's not showing up. I don't know what's going on. What's kind of weird, or what I had was weird, was Banshee 2-2, my wingman, landed right after we took off. So I don't know what was up with that. But anyways, we got an excellent. We got 25 air-to-ground kills, as you can see here. Let's see, long track. Oh, and SA4 was damaged. Nope, looks like we got another SA4. The Pat Hat was hit as well. Command vehicle was destroyed, and then the rest of them, SA2s knocked out. SA2s, it looks like fire can, fuel truck. That was the other stuff. And the warehouse was destroyed, huh? Interesting. 10 misses out of 28. So what is that? Well, it's 28, and we hit 18, and we missed 10. So percentage-wise, I don't know. It's 64, I guess. But anyways, we did succeed in heavily damaging the target, which was our frag, and it says we are landing now. RTB unassigned. Where's this guy then? Am I still in the air? Is it still showing me in the air? Interesting. If we actually give it a couple seconds, there it goes. It went away. If I click on these guys, there we go. Just get that out of the way. We're going to go ahead and leave that one. But as you can see there, that SA2 group's gone, that SA4 group's gone. And if we go in the recon package, if we go into recon here, you will see, of course they're not going to show up on the map, but SA4 is not there anymore. That's that SA4 squadron's not there. And if we do a recon of this area here, the 331st Air Battalion, which was defending the Haeju Air Base, is 0% operational, which means everything has been knocked out. Or at least everything's been significantly damaged. Their radar's all gone. They've lost a lot of SA2 tubes. And they're pretty much crippled from there on out. If we actually go here, I want to see the status of this group here. Morale still full. Excuse me. But we did knock out both of their radars. So this AA group is now all optical, I guess you could say. So in order to shoot at what they, in order to shoot whatever, they have to look with their eyeballs. They have to use the Mark 1 eyeballs. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you all next time for some F-18 Hornet fun. So until then, yeah, till then, stay tuned. No, I'll see you all next time. Take care.